The following is a presentation of Muddy River News.
There's a reason Harvey's Furniture has been around for over 75 years.
Exceptional quality furniture, affordable prices, superior customer service.
The only way to stay in business for over 75 years is to do things right. Harvey's Furniture. Our home, your home.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Muddy. I'm Ashley Conrad and I'm here with the wonderful Jen Wiemelt. And today, as opposed to being at the studio, we are actually at the Ole Miss Academy and I am so stoked to be here. I just want to tell you this right up front. When I was walking through the halls, because of course in true Ash fashion, I got lost. So, Everybody's showing me where to go. And I saw a little girl, and it's a little girl I know, but I won't mention her name. And she is a student here. And she just popped out of a classroom and said, guess what I just learned? And I said, what? She said, I just learned to write I love school on that board in there. And to say that that is just a testament right when I walk in here, like it seriously brings tears to my eyes, because I'm not only am I proud of your whole organization, your whole committee, everybody that you have that are just wrapping their arms around these kids, but even, talking to you and hearing your excitement and your love for what you're doing and just the cool stuff that you have going on here. It just makes me really proud to know you, and I want to let you know that. So,
it's amazing.
Yeah, you guys are killing it.
I mean, it's one thing to really do this research and look at what Classical provides for our students. It's such a different thing to really see it in action and hear the testimonies from our students themselves, from our families, from our teachers. It is amazing. Some of the testimonies from our families are talking about how this has transformed their children, even at home, and most importantly at home. Like they seem calmer. There's not the anxiety. There's not the stress. They love coming to school. They're asking to leave early so they can come hang out with their friends who are preschoolers when they're in junior high. I mean, it's just so cool. And there's such a patience. There's such a sense of family and camaraderie between high school all the way down to preschool. Sure. It's just awesome. When we're walking the halls, there's a preschooler that's trying to go to the bathroom and, doesn't have his shoe tied. And one of our high schoolers is like, here, let me help you with that. Is that not the coolest part?
What a cool and different environment. And even looking around the things on your chalkboards and whiteboards, it's like, I don't even know this stuff. Like, I really want to come to school here because I feel like I missed out. And a lot of that is my fault, we'll say. But I think just some of the things, we were talking a little bit ago about Latin and, the sign language and just things that aren't generally a part of normal curriculum. And then you not only do each of those things, but you do them in a way that gets kids excited and is relatable to everything that they're learning in every other area of not only their schooling curriculum, but their lives. Mm-hmm. I think that's just so neat.
Yeah. Well, we do what you were referencing is a history timeline card. So this is an Ole Miss original. Our staff here actually created these. And so the tour that we are in history this year is Renaissance to Modern Times. And so we have different events in history with the explanation on the back, and we go through one a day, 5 a week. And so, and then the children learn them from third all the way up to high school, and they learn how to sign the event too. So by the time they graduate from here, they'll be able to use sign language, and from third to high school, we also teach them Latin. So it's a springboard into all the Romantic languages. It's so interesting when you bring this up to the students and you say, the rest of the world typically does learn 2 languages. It's only in America that we just learn English. So, hey, let's expand our knowledge. Absolutely. And if you don't know exactly which Romantic or foreign language you want to learn, start with Latin, and it can springboard into a lot of other things. So it's way cool to see them engage in this. And, when you have an environment that is a little bit more relaxed, more of that family type of environment, it's like their little minds are just open and ready for whatever we present to them, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, and not only open, but they're excited.
Yeah,
I mean, they generally love what they're doing, and they love, like you said, you can feel the love walking through the hallways, and I think that is huge. I'm not saying that our public and private schools aren't doing enough of that, but I think it's so important today, especially with just almost a movement to loss of human connection, and you guys are going the other direction.
Right.
And I love to hear that, and I love to see that, especially when you're molding the minds of the next generation. I think it's just very important. And yeah, like I said, you guys are dedicated, you're kicking ass. I love what you're doing here, and walking through the halls, it brings back so many memories. I went to Adams School, so it's not only awesome to see the school again, but to see what you're doing with it. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole student, the educating the whole student. So IQ, emotional maturity, social maturity, really pulling these families in is such a big part of what we do. And I think that is what makes the difference, along with our small class sizes. So we can really give that attention to them, but it is amazing.
Yeah.
We've had so many people in the community reach out to us through donations. We've had businesses partner with us in education, and it's such a big deal. Titan Wheel just partnered with us, and we could not be more. We could not be happier to share this with the rest of the community. This is really a success for all of us. Yeah. Our Friday Fun Days are a big way.
I've been stalking you on Facebook. I love everything that you're doing. Yeah,
it's so fun, and the really kids are so engaged with them, and it's so funny because when you're talking about walking down the halls, the students will say, "I had no idea we had this many cool people in Quincy, Miss Jen." So I mean, isn't that awesome? To really invite just the brilliance in our own community, and then take our students out to them, really let them experience real world stuff. And even our little third through fifth graders are going, "I think I want to do that when I grow up." Isn't that cool? I love it.
Neat.
I love it.
It's so neat. And you said one thing that really resonated. So you were talking about kind of the general feel of encouragement. So you were talking about freedom, so you have kind of I don't want to say laid back, but the kids definitely have more freedom to choose, and then but they're starting to learn consequences. Can you walk through that again? Because you spoke eloquently about it.
Yeah, so when our families join our Almost family, we have everybody sign a statement of accountability, and it's not arbitrary rules. It's more like, what are you responsible for? So what these boundaries are. And then once the children are in school, we talk a lot about, with freedom comes responsibility. Right. And if you self-govern well, then you have more freedom. And so they've really learned that lesson really well. They'll even encourage each other. Right. Toward the end of the afternoon, when the wheels are kind of falling off the wagon, you'll hear them encourage each other, like, "Come on, we only have a half an hour." Right. Because if they self-govern well, then they get all of these privileges or extras, like the Friday Fun Days and like the things like that. And the students love them. And so they're so willing to put that effort in to make sure that they're earning them and encouraging their peers to do the same. And it's such a cool thing to watch.
Yeah, it's very, very impressive. I wish I could just kind of be a fly on the wall just on a regular day, just to see. I can only imagine just the shine from the kids that comes out when you teach them these kinds of things, especially in that environment. So I didn't ask you this before, I hope it's okay, but have you faced any challenges? Because this is a huge undertaking.
Yeah.
So what would you say would be like some of the challenges that maybe you anticipated, but now you're experiencing, or you didn't anticipate and are navigating through?
Biggest challenge is, we have a lot of families that come tour, but with inflation the way it is, the tuition is a challenge for a lot of families. Sure. And so we are constantly looking for solutions and partnering with other businesses around the area to set up those scholarship funds so we can subsidize that and help families out. Other challenges would just be like, just little things, just normal stuff. Yeah. We do find like, hey, if this isn't working, we're always meeting again. Of course. Yeah. But
that's
you
normal.
Exactly. You think outside the box, and you really keep the student in mind, and what does that student, the whole child, need?
Right.
And how do we think outside the box to address those issues? And they've been temporary and no big deal.
Well, I think if you're addressing them, you're overcoming. So you're definitely overcoming those challenges as they come, which is very important for the children. So I think you said you have about 31 students, which is a good chunk for a brand new school. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the tuition is an issue, and I'm sure, there right now may not be a great time, but I'm sure the wonderful businesses in Quincy will step up to help with some of this stuff, right?
And we have had them. I mean, the more that we get our name out there, the more that we have people contacting us either for our Friday Fun Days or, how can we help? How can we partner with you? So we're always looking for that. We saw families calling us to set up tours to transfer over. So I mean, it's still growing. It's still such a brand new idea. Classical, while it's an old idea, we're looking at it in a new way, right? Most people that know anything about classical schools know that they are typically Christian or Catholic, and this is just very unique. I mean, we've had people from all over the country that still follow Quincy News. They're Quincy natives that still follow Quincy News that say, does Quincy know what they have here?
Right.
Because it is very unique. We have not found another one in the United States. So if there is one,
really,
I'd love to hear about it. A classical school that actually is religiously neutral, that just focuses more on the philosophies.
Yeah. It's just so cool. I'm so proud of you. I just can't say it enough. I just think what you're doing is amazing. And okay, so one more thing. I know there was a lot of talk, and I'm not getting like political, but the CDC recommendation for vaccinations and things moving forward, do you think that's going to have any effect if that pushes forward in Illinois?
I knew you would ask me that.
Yeah.
So,
you did?
Yes.
Because I just pulled that out.
I did know you were going to ask me that. Okay. We will follow all Illinois laws that we are required to follow.
Okay.
So we are not as strict on that as other schools are required to be.
Okay.
Mostly because we are independent of government. So
Sure.
we do track who is vaccinated, who is not vaccinated, and we partner a lot with the parents on what that looks like. So moving forward, a lot of this right now is conjecture. We don't really know what the governor's going to do.
Sure.
And of course, we will know exactly what we're required to do when that time comes.
Right.
So
and don't borrow trouble. We'll say that. I was just curious on your take on it. So very cool. Well, keep doing what you're doing. I think it's amazing, and I know Quincy needs it. And as a parent, if we weren't looking at Missouri, this would definitely be where we would be looking. So keep it up. I'm proud of you guys, and I can't wait to see more of what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for talking with us again.
Well, that's it for today. Coming up tomorrow, Club Muddy. See you then.
Quincy Warehouse Bargains is your Quincy home improvement store. It's the only store of its kind in the Quincy area. We offer flooring, mattresses, area rugs, dining sets, couches, appliances, and much more. And have more products to come so we can better serve the Quincy and tri-state community. Our staff is ready to help you find what you need to make your house a home. Quincy Warehouse Bargains, 4100 North 24th Street, Quincy.
Welcome to the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
With 6 big screens, a new larger kitchen, and now more seating capacity, the Abbey is the place to be before, during, and after the big game. Come enjoy fan favorite appetizers, steaks, burgers, and a variety of daily food and drink specials. Can't join us? Carryout is available too. Now with a convenient drive-up window to better serve you. 1736 Spring in Quincy. Opens at 3 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday.
Come join all your friends at the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
Instant Replay is your local sports bar. With 18 big screen TVs, we have all the sports packages from college games to pro games. We offer daily drink specials, and come check out the Bullpen, our newly renovated beer garden. Instant Replay, 2739 Chestnut in Quincy.
Muddy River News. Our home, our news.